Monza is a place deep with history, built for speed and met with lots of prestige, and one of its most notorious features is the famed bank oval. Unused for decades, it remained, until today, where we will see 22 of the world's fastest drivers take on the banks. This is the Italian 300 presented by Shell. Hello and welcome. This is Drayden from DK Motorsports, and we're going to be doing something special. We're going to be driving the INDYCARs on the famed Monza banked oval. This is something that I wanted to do since I've heard that INDYCAR and the Monza oval will be in the game. It's going to be very exciting. Unfortunately, it's inside the wrong direction. I don't care what you say is in the wrong direction. It should be counterclockwise. But anyway, this is Europe. They don't know how to do ovals right. I guess it's safe to say that this is the best oval inside Europe. Not the best in the world, I wouldn't say that. But the four lights go off. It's green. We're going to make our way down the inside here. That's a really good start. I'm going to try and slot in the spot there. They're getting swirly out in the front of us. This is really a two-lane racetrack, sometimes three, but the box stretch is very narrow. The front straightaway allows for a little bit more side by side, a little bit more overtakes, and everything seems to be going smoothly. I have this one boost. I don't know what that's for. I think that's probably like qualifying boost. I don't know why that's in the race, but at some point we may need to use that. We're trying to try and stay safe. I caused a wreck behind me. I did try this race a couple times, and the thing is, if you mess up, then you're probably not gonna get any bit forward at all. So I gotta try and make zero mistakes. I adjusted the camber inside the car because this is the super speedway aero kit. Which, oh my goodness, now they're crashing in front of us. Let's not lose the momentum. Okay, we lost some momentum there. We're gonna have to use the boost. But this is the Super Speedway Chevy Aero Kit, and it has a tendency to pull to the left because it's a oval car. So I have to adjust the camber, but the camber doesn't adjust all the way, so it still has a slight pull to the left. So that's gonna kind of mess us up a little bit there. I mean, the car isn't loose. That's a good thing. With these banks, you don't need the car to necessarily be loose. The problem is on the exit of the corners and mainly the entrance, trying not to turn out too wide and get into the barriers. The unfortunate thing about this game is that you could use all two manufacturers of the IndyCar, but the only way to do that is by clicking same class, and a lot of the time it ends up with not just the Honda and Chevy Speedway Aero kits. It ends up with a mixture of the Honda and Chevy Speedway Aero kits along with the Honda and Chevy Road Course Aero kits. Except for some tracks like Texas, I don't see it happening when I click same class. But in order to have this race with, oh my goodness, no, why did I do that? Nope, our race is over. This is it. I don't want to restart because then that just makes the video a lot longer than it should be. But we're gonna go and use that that manual rolling start to our advantage and gain as much spots as possible. Like I said, the front stretch is kind of wide. We can kind of hit those curbs a little bit, slide in right behind Sage Karam. Is there anybody on my outside? Nope. Okay. It may look like the cars are driving away from me, but the second we get on this box straight away, they kind of go single file and they kind of get a big run on them. Somebody dipped the wheel in the grass. Charlie Kimball up there. Sebastian Bordi behind me. And we're moving up very steadily. I think we're going to get the big run off the front straightaway as they slot in single file around there. This would be very interesting to see how IndyCars would actually do here. I don't know if they could even run this anymore. I think they kind of like built a pit road around it, but we're gonna slip down on the inside, try not to wash up too hard. That's what's been messing us up when we wash up into other drivers. Gotta keep it in the low area right here. Just stay stable. The exit really messes us up, and we're gonna slap back in line here. It looks like we're losing the draft a little bit. Try not to overcorrect too much. I kind of dipped the wheel in the grass there. And we have willpower trying to get his position back on the outside. Okay, this is gonna be tough trying to stay too wide and not oversteering it. Willpower still there. Yep. Okay, he yields the position there. Try and go on the outside. Wow, big run. Somebody probably checked up. All the way in third position. Who's just ahead of us? That's Sebastian Bourdais again. Like I was mentioning earlier, since it's identical cars, meaning that it's only Chevy Speedway Aero kits, that means that there's going to be some duplication. So we're going to have to pass Bourdais twice in this race. I don't know why I want to do it. Just keep it nice and steady. There's no need to be overly aggressive. You know, I don't want to get up behind them, try and get in that wash and wash up into the wall. This is going much better than the first race. Let's try and stay focused. There's a huge bump going into turn 1 on the outside. Sometimes it upsets your car quite a bit. So I try and stay on the inside going into the corners, as well as because the car pulls to the left. I want to be able to have a little bit more leeway going into the corner, so I wouldn't hit the wall, because the banking comes in kind of late. I'm gonna have to initiate this boost. You're starting to pull away from us. Ooh, then the left front wheel came on the ground that time. Ooh, come in. Ooh, the car is getting real bumpy. It's getting real bumpy throughout here. Going quite fast. No. Okay, we didn't. Sometimes you dip a wheel in that grass and you oversteer. You overcorrect. That's the word I'm looking for. Sometimes you dip a wheel in the grass and you overcorrect, and that ends your entire race. I'm trying to pass Bourdais now. Okay, wheel and wheel on the front stretch. And who's this ahead of us? This looks like Tony Kanaan. No, that's not Tony Kanaan. It's yellow numbers. It's Matt Brabham. Ooh, off the exit, turn 2, and we get him. Into the lead we go. We still have half of our boost left. And that's the goal is not to hit the wall. It's very easy to hit the wall once you get one mistake. One little mistake could mess up your entire race. Maybe at this point, we could talk a little bit about the physics of the car on the oval so far. So far, I've done a little bit of Texas, and yeah, I've not done that much racing yet. It's kind of difficult getting the setup for Texas, because it's a very unique problem. Tell me if you guys are having this too, but at Texas Motor Speedway, I'm getting a lot of understeer going into turn 1. Like, the car isn't turning in at the apex, but turn 3 and 4, the car goes through perfectly. It's like it's perfect through 3 and 4, and it just wants to go to the wall in turn 1 and 2. I kind of adjusted the downforce a little bit from there, and I got some progress. And then I went to the race, and then I started to do the same thing again. And I need to adjust a little bit more downforce, get a little loose, because when you're in the race, you get a lot of that dirty air as we hit the bump inside turn 1. And I haven't done that much Indianapolis as well. I did the Indianapolis road course a lot, but in the future we'll be at Indy sometime. I've been wanting to test out some other tracks and get the feeling of the road course kit, as well as test out this we're playing right here, the Monza Oval. You know, I've played INDYCARs at Indianapolis Motor Speedway several times in other games. It may not be as good as it is in this, but I've played it a lot in Grid Autosport and inside Forza, so I'm not as, let's say, like, I'm not as drawn to it. I want to try new stuff. Like, I've definitely spent a lot more time on Texas Motor Speedway, even though my best result there is like 20th. So I definitely have to get better on the setup level. Try and get that turn 1 and 2 down, because that's where I lose most of my speed, and also stay inside the draft. You could really lose the draft at Texas Motor Speedway. Something like an actual race at Texas Motor Speedway, where if your driver loses the draft, he kind of drops back way far, and that's the same thing that keeps happening to me. And 226 down the front stretch. We're going 230 into turn 1. This is our last lap here. This is quite fun. I wish it was inside the proper rotation of the Monza oval. I mean, this is the proper rotation, but the rotation that I want it, the rotation that it needs to be. But so far, this has been the best race I've had at this racetrack. Every other race, I either crash out, make a mistake, hit the wall, and end up finishing like at the bottom. The last race I had here, I crashed out and I flipped over a couple of times. But today's going to be a very successful day, as we're going down to the start-finish line, and we're going to collect our second ever win. Yes, this is this is a cooldown lap. This is the second win I've gotten in this game ever with the INDYCARs. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like on it. Leave a comment in the comment section, leaving some suggestions on things that you want me to do in the future, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want more videos like that. This is Drayden from DK Motorsports, and I'll see you guys in the next one.